So I just wanted to cover my principles and the principles that I use to play and teach fingerstyle, which will and may differ from other videos that you've seen or other players. With any rules or principles, there are people that break them, and that's totally fine. That's just a fact of music and a fact of life, I'm afraid. But with the way that I choose to play and teach fingerstyle guitar, firstly, I do not rest my pinky on the guitar at all. Some people do, and I no longer advocate, though I have in one of my videos in the past, resting the palm on the guitar here. The wrist, sorry, here. And the reason I used to rest my wrist all the time on the guitar is what I've learned, this is a habit of people who play the guitar stood up. So if you play electric or even acoustic guitar stood up a lot, it can be very comfortable resting your wrist here. The fingerstyle player John Gomm is an exceptional player from my neck of the woods here in the north of England as well. And he plays with the wrist all the time, you know, planted here an awful lot, and hits the guitar and does all sorts of cool stuff, but plays mainly stood up. If you're sat down, this can really, really hamper your progress. But I choose not to teach or play with the little finger anchored here, as many amazing fingerstyle players do. So what do I advocate? I highly advocate, if you are sat playing acoustic guitar for as long as we need to practice, to make progress as we practice, to sit in a chair that has good lower back support and angles your legs so it's a little bit angled towards the knee, but still fairly flat, okay? Certainly not normally like this, or not too angled like this. So you need good lower back support. And also we're going to raise the right leg and wedge the guitar right in at the hip. So between your lower back and the guitar being wedged in at the hip, the guitar is already fairly stable. And the way that we make it even more stable is by wedging it in at the inner elbow. And then I can actually hold the guitar in place without having to hold it with my hands, which frees me up to move all around the neck totally freely without having to hold the guitar like this, but also move the right hand totally free and without being restricted by being anchored at any point. I also feel it's essential to point out that we need the thumb ahead of the fingers in this fashion, and the fingers fairly vertical like this, but the main point to remember is that the thumb is ahead of the fingers, certainly as you look ahead. We want to be in this kind of angle, giving the thumbs up, but on the side like this, rather than being like this. When those points are correctly practiced and in place, with patience, we can start to develop the skill to make this kind of fingerstyle playing possible. Can you play what I've just played there and what we're going to be going for with the wrist anchored or the little finger anchored? Of course you can. I just feel for the masses, for many beginning fingerstyle players, before we're specializing into any specific advanced techniques, I feel that's the best place for most people to start.